Hey friends, it's the Baron without the window weather on this 14th day of August, 2014. And today is another series of my Mavis Farmacy. And right here what I'm showing you is elderberries. So there's some pretty sweet things that you can do with elderberries. These particular elderberries are about ready. You can eat elderberries raw, not much of a taste. I think they kind of taste like a mix between like a raspberry with lots of butter on it. It's a weird description, I know, but that's the best way I can think of to describe it. So elderberries, a lot of times they'll grow wild in your yard or just around. This one happens to be, I'll step back a little bit, and my little carbon credit pine forest that we built, that I've planted, where I have about, so far on the property, about 5,000 trees. This happens to be a run of about 2,000. Planted them as little sticks. But anyway, so this elderberry decided to grow up right through here. So this is the elderberry. It's a small shrub. If I can show you the leaves, the leaf structure is, so if you look, this whole thing is the leaf. So they actually, and if you see where it comes like this, they're actually opposite. They're opposite from each other, and then compound, because they've got this particular one has 6 leaflets, which it looks like most of them, 2, 4, 6. This one has 7. So it looks like between 6 and 7 leaflets. Let's see if I can zoom in. They're finely serrated. I can't get a good. What that means is they look like they have little teeth on them. So it should be a small shrub. Usually shrubs are under 6 foot. They're going to be woody. I'd like to have a bark. As you see, this particular one, when you pull back the bark, it's nice and green. They're not long lasting. I don't know the life expectancy of an elderberry, but I know it's not super long. But anyways, when the berries are nice and red, kind of this wine color, is when they're good to be harvested. Here is some berries that are not ready. You don't want to eat them. I've read that the stalks and the wood and the leaves are mildly poisonous. I'll have to look into that more, but you can read that in a lot of your books. But the berries are definitely edible, and spectacular for making a cough syrup and such. So the trick is, I'll show you a quick little way to pick them properly. So here's a cluster of berries. You come to about right there, and then you snip the cluster of berries. And if you have both hands free, you can catch it and put it in a Ziploc baggie. Then what I highly suggest doing is, because it's really cool, is so you take this cluster and you stick it in a Ziploc baggie, and then you freeze it. And then the next day you try to pull off the berries, because if you try to pull off the berries now, it gets kind of messy, and they're not the easiest to pull off, and they squish a little bit, and they do have a little juice in them, which is cool. But if you freeze them, then makes it easy to fall off and that kind of stuff. Then what you do is you take all of the berries from your elderberry cluster, and you put it in a mason jar, smash it up, smash it up, smash it up. Usually get some 80 proof vodka. I like to use vodka instead of some other stuff. But yeah, you put an 80 proof vodka, you stir it up, smash everything up really well, seal off the top, and let it sit for about 6 weeks. Then you take some cheesecloth, or really if you have a coffee filter, it works too, and you pour, and you filter the elderberry vodka tonic, and then you've got yourself cough syrup. And haven't quite figured out what you can do with the squished up elderberry remains yet, but there's got to be something that you can do with them. So anyways, yep, it's the Baron without the window weather. Our pharmacy lesson here at Mavis Manor, and this is how to make elderberry. Well, this is how to pick identify and pick elderberries. Have yourself a wonderful day. Adios.